You know, when you get married,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of men out there, when they get married, they forget you're still dating your wife.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
You're still dating your wife.
What
What are you doing? Putting her on the shelf and like,
we got her.
yeah, my trophy wife, khalas,
No,
I'm done.
I'm
no,
done.
You've got to maintain. You got to water. Yeah?
The plant.
Yeah.
You got to water the plant.
But once the kids leave the house,
Yeah.
they don't have nothing to talk about and they've got nothing in common. Do
Yes.
you want to be those type of married couples? No. You need to, like Naima said, water your plants. And water your plant is your husband.
Yep.
So water your kids and water your marriage. That way, when they
Husband
leave the
and
house,
wife, both
you're not going to look
ways.
at each other and say, what's your name again?
But what if they live with the in-laws?
Just sink out.
Then you can't do anything cute then. The only thing you can do is go out. Get out the house.
Babe, but the in-laws thing, that's another thing, babes.
But you
yeah?
can't be physical
How
affection.
can you physically be affected? Me, babes, yeah? I'd be like a tree standing there. Like,
So that's probably
still.
what it is. She's probably...
I couldn't.
you know what? There's a lot of
I'd be
scenarios.
like him. I'll be like, I can't give you physical. I can't even.
There's a lot of scenarios. When we're looking at this dilemma,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that could be the reason why. If you live with the in-laws,
Yeah.
I cannot... Where's the privacy? Unless it's a mansion.
Yeah.
All right. Right. Another dilemma, guys. So, dear sisters, I am married husband, but I feel as if though my wife does not love me. I have tried everything. I don't get affection nor love from her. I have spoken to her numerous times, but about this, she's not physically affection. I do everything I can to please her, but I am at verge of leaving her. Yeah. She's
When you
sad.
say tried everything, what do you mean? We need more context, don't we? Because we
Yeah.
don't know. But that is really sad, though. When
It
a guy,
is.
But it
when the
sounds like
husband
he's
isn't-
desperate. Because babe, and he's a man. And he's saying this. She must be desperate for
He
this.
must be very
Yeah.
desperate, bless him.
He tried everything, you name it. We don't know what she's gone through.
I
don't know what she's gone through.
And you know what? And we don't know how long you guys been married. If you've been married maybe since
I
high
don't know
school.
if you guys got kids, if
you
she's
got
going through
kids,
postpartum, if
if
she's
you're
got
not
this.
going through.
Speak to a marriage counsellor.
Yes.
Yeah, a marriage counsellor, and yeah.
Don't speak to your family or her family because
Yeah, it's
that's
too
quite
soon.
personal. This one
But
is
this
about.
kind of, yeah.
Speak to an impartial person, which is usually the
Yeah.
marriage counsellor, and it will be worth it. Just at
Yeah.
least try that. When you say everything, have you actually tried speaking to someone about, like a marriage counsellor about this?
Yeah.
And then hopefully, inshallah, because has it been like this from the beginning? If not, maybe the spark is gone and you can find a way
That's
to
what I mean.
reignite
Some people
it.
sometimes they grow
I
apart.
don't know.
but you
Some
can
people say there's a saying where love language changes. What is her love language, first of all?
Yes.
Because is it physical affection as a number one? If not, it might be his physical affection as a number one. So hers could be quality time. So what if you could both combine
Yeah.
the love languages and work on that?
Yeah.
And then slowly, it may work with the physical affections where you have to, it is, some people, you can't just force it sometimes.
But is he talking about physical affection, like,
As in like this, like, holding
or in the bedroom? Because
hands.
that's also physical affection,
Yeah.
isn't it?
It comes all.
all
It
in
goes
one.
all.
But it could be like hugging, it could be
Oh, okay.
kissing. That's physical affection. So does he want her to be initiative, like be the first person? Does she want, her to be
I
first
think he
person
wants
to initiative?
I think he wants her to receive it at least. Like it looks like
It looks like he's just
not
doing all the job.
Yeah, he said it looks like she doesn't love me. That means she's not receiving it. Like she's not taking his hugs or kisses properly, or
Yeah.
intimacy's not there.
Maybe it's a new thing. I don't know. I can't say much, but maybe it's a new thing for her to be, taking the lead.
because a guy they love
I don't know,
physical
but let's
affection.
be honest. Sometimes it's
Then it sounds like there's two different people, two different love
It
languages.
sounds
like
That's what it looks like.
incompatibility.
or she could have just checked out. Sometimes like people think it's always fixing. Sometimes like people can't physically check out, and women usually check out mentally before physically, but she checked out physically before mentally. That's even.
But then that's when she's gonna be, you have to open up about what's going on.
No, but
Can't just be
saying
quiet.
That they're new, like. No, but I'm going off with what he said.
I would
so
like
don't
have a
make
sit down conversation with her.
Yeah, and just
figure
talk to a
out
counsellor.
what kind of like you
Love
mentioned
language.
love languages.
Yeah,
What
love
does she like? She like quality time. There's 5 different love languages, right? One is quality time, words of affirmation,
Yeah, words of affirmation,
physical touch, gifts, and acts of service.
Yeah.
So if she loves words of affirmation, then are you giving her compliments? Are you telling her she's beautiful? She's, you know, ways to make her feel loved. It's both ways, because for him, it's physical affection. That's definitely one of his love languages. Right? So she needs to also do that. So it both needs to be giving each other. That's why I say marriage counselor is important, because then they can pinpoint what exactly is missing between you guys, and then they'll be to help you or get the tools to for you guys to use to love each other.
But the thing is, did they not get to know each other like before they got? Like,
I feel like
married?
they probably.
The guy that I would marry, I'm definitely asking what his love language is and what my love like you should be able to communicate about these things.
They probably did,
but
do
then
all this communication.
You do know love language changes anyway.
It can also change.
It doesn't have to be one or same thing all the time.
It
might change.
You could have two.
Mine is still the same.
Mine was quality time. Now all of a sudden it's active service. It's changed.
Same, because I need my car washed. Oh my God, I would feel so loved if you clean my car.
Mine has always been active
That's
service.
what I'm saying.
Mine has always been active service.
Really?
Mine
Never
has
changed.
Always. Then
active service
and then it was so it was acts of service, physically, like
affection.
like affection. Not affection, like it could be anything. Just do something. Clean, like, do you know what I mean? Like you want it. Then second was words of affirmation, then physical. But I don't mind.
Oh, so for you to receive love is active service and physical touch.
But what is your number one?
That's
active service. That's never changed. It will always be number one. Because
and how do you?
I'm the same.
How do you give love to somebody?
Same.
Through acts of service and
acts of service.
Wow,
and
that's
physical.
good.
Yeah, I do both.
Okay.
So it's give and take. Not as in like if the guy gives me, I'm gonna give money, but I will I'm considerate. Like maybe making him a coffee, doing certain things that are considerate and sweet for. Do you know what I mean? But you are right. If they've been married for years, of course the love language is definitely gonna change. I agree with you guys. This just sounds, I don't know, it's just deep. So
I feel like it can be fixed. Because the woman, I feel like there's something going on with her.
Maybe, internally.
That needs to be looked at. Like, let's
see what she wants.
The actual issue is.
Yeah.
She could be not telling you, even though you said you spoke to her many times, what is it really like?
Yeah. But you know what?
It could be she's tired and she's got a bunch of kids and she's, you know, she's, even though that's not an excuse. How about this? This is the scenario I'm going to, because we need context.
Yeah.
Let's imagine they've got kids.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And they're all little. Let's say it's 3-4 kids under 5.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
Let's say she's a stay-at-home mom. She's cooking, she's cleaning, she's taking care of the kids, she's doing all of that.
Yeah.
And then she's trying to find time for quality time with him, but she's drained and tired.
And
at that point, you're overstimulated. You don't even want to be touched.
Oh, yeah.
You're overwhelmed.
Yes.
So that's the kind of scenario I'm thinking right now with her. Yeah. How do you make sure she's, wants that physical intimacy? Is if he takes some of that load off her.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
And do something to help it out.
To help it out. Calm, do you, I don't know, maybe have the kids for an hour while she goes takes a bath or shower.
Yes.
Even, I don't know, that's weird. Like
no,
the basic things like showering.
It's a
but
lot.
if you give her that time for herself to pamper herself, she's gonna appreciate it. And then she wants to be more affectionate. More, because thank you. Like you've been very considerate for me to have my own personal time, even though you should be having that personal time to shower. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So if you take some of that load off her, I think that would help. I think that's like I said, I don't know.
We don't know the
scenario. I don't know the situation.
So there's lots of scenario.
There could be another scenario which people hate to talk about. Because a lot of people in different communities, they don't like to get divorced. So people will stay in miserable marriages. That's another pinpoint. Yeah. So it could be this woman, I don't know. Maybe that can't be the case, but it could be hypothetical because it is true. Because I've seen and I've heard a lot of stories. Maybe she's unhappily married, but yet still she wants to live because maybe she's got kids, and you maybe want to make it work, but maybe she's checked out, or she could be depressed. If it's depression, that's another way of her not wanting. But all these things we won't know because we don't know the story. We're just giving you hypothetical things to make it add up. But whatever it is, inshallah, I hope you find your answers and it gets better for you. Either way,
marriage counselling, please.
Yeah. But even though when it says he's spoken to her numerous times about this, and she's still not physical
because the
affection.
communication styles is not there.
It's different. Or babe, or maybe she's depressed. Yeah. Or maybe babes, I don't know. Or I don't know. Well, it could be a lot because this isn't enough. Maybe if you send part 3, part 2, would have understood a bit more.
I feel
But-
like context is important.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
So
And
Give
to
me
know
a
the
detailed
dynamics of
story.
their marriage, and I like that, the fact that he's trying to make things work. He's
So
putting
it's
all the
amazing. There
effort in.
are really good men out there. But you know what, babes? But can we also say there's good man and there's bad man and there's good woman and there's bad woman as well.
Yeah.
We can't always say the man needs to try because if the woman ain't willing to put the effort in, then khalas, the guy's gonna
it seems
lose
like he
interest
tried
and
everything.
So sometimes you have to accept the realities.
What
both
would
realities.
make you, because we're trying to be in that sister's situation.
Checked out. That's why
You
I
think,
said it.
okay, if it was
Checked
you in
out.
that situation, you're checked out.
Checked out.
What
I'm not
about
in
you?
love.
If you didn't want to receive any physical touch and connection, what could be the reason?
For me, it's
if
a
you was in the
it's a
shoes?
love language issues. Her love language is completely different. She may not be physical affection.
Yeah.
Her physical affection might be hard for her. It could be just act of service as a way of love.
Yeah.
So for me, there was a clash in between.
But
So compatibility, you think it's
compatibility?
I feel like there's compatibility.
Compatibility.
And then
issue.
for me,
Issues.
I'm the same with you. If this is my scenario where I don't want to be touched with physical, I feel like I'm not checked out. I feel like I'm overstimulated and I'm overwhelmed. I've got
But
so
it
much going
depends
on.
because the context here is about kids.
Yeah.
But if my husband that I love spoke to me and said, "Listen, Habibti, I want us to
That's
work
so-
out numerous
yeah,
times.
that's-
I'm not gonna let my husband go sleep and being
Yeah.
deprived over and over and over again.
yeah.
I'm checked out. Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm either checked out or I'm physically depressed. But I'm still gonna make sure the husband that really wants to make it work, I'm gonna talk to him because do you want your husband to cheat on you? No. Do you want your husband to look elsewhere? No. So communication is a big key. That's why I'm saying she's turning the other cheek. She's not. That's what I'm saying. Checked
Well,
out.
even
But
if he
checked
cheats,
out, you
even
still
if
need
he
to talk.
cheats, it's not her fault though.
No,
that's
it's
what I'm
not.
saying, yeah.
No. But
So-
basically, no. But guys, but what I'm trying to say is
This is why he said he's on the verge of leaving. Now.
that's what I'm trying to say. But basically, but what I'm trying to say is, guys like that in this society, we have to understand if a man is deprived,
Deprived,
especially when I'm trying to say in
Yeah.
the bedroom, they might do things even though it's not her fault. The guy is not going to hold his urges. So at least he's being respectful. He's saying, I'm verge of leaving now. Like, do you get it? So I would say talk to her. See if she wants this marriage to work. Yeah? Because most women that loves their husband,
Yeah,
they're
that's true.
gonna make it work. Do you get it? If they love their
Yeah.
husband and they
This
really
is
want to
his
see
side of the version. There's probably a
Leave
different
it.
version of her side.
Exactly. So
With
we
There's
don't
Joe.
her
know.
story. There's your
So
story.
we don't know.
Why? This
So
is
we
why I
don't
keep
know.
saying marriage counselor.
Counselor.
We don't know what's going on. We don't know the ins and outs of your
Yeah.
marriage.
But we wish you the
don't know
best.
what's missing. We don't know
Yeah.
what's wrong with the sister. But I feel like I genuinely feel like this could work.
Inshallah, and it could.
I do.
We don't
Especially
know.
We
there's
don't
kids
know.
involved. I feel like when you have kids, you've mentioned this before.
Yeah.
We tend to be so busy
Yeah.
just raising the kids and looking after the kids.
Yeah.
We forget
Just
about
circumstances
being
change.
Things, yeah, and they lose,
So-
and then they lose sight of
Yes.
each other. And I agree with you.
So I think that
agree
could
with
be
you.
the scenario where you guys have kids and it's
Yeah.
just her priority has shifted,
Has changed,
which
yeah.
she shouldn't have done.
But what if they don't have kids?
That's what I'm saying.
That- we
Is
can't
this
just say
beginning?
kids. We
If they
can't
don't
always say
have
kids
kids
because
and
we're mothers.
Yeah.
Some people don't. Some people don't have kids, or
if
they're
they
still
don't have
trying.
kids, that's even more sad. Maybe that's sad.
Yeah,
Why?
that's sad.
If they don't have
'Cause there's
kids
no
and she's like
circumstances.
this,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. That's even weird.
There's no circumstances
There's
then
nothing.
at all.
How about go on a holiday? Does that work?
Yeah.
On
take
on the
me
beach.
on a holiday.
Rekindle
Are
the
you?
love.
That's what I'm thinking.
Get back the love.
Yeah, like romance, or maybe the romance.
Bring back the
Dates.
romance.
Dates, guys.
Oh my God,
dates.
can we talk about date nights?
Date nights. You know, when you get married,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of men out there, when they get married, they forget you're still dating your wife.
Yes.
Yeah?
Oh, Usha.
Yes.
You're still dating your wife.
Ushak.
What are you doing? Putting her on the shelf and like, yeah,
We got her.
yeah,
you
my
got
trophy
her.
wife, khalas,
No,
I'm done.
I'm
no,
done.
you've got to maintain. You got to water. Yeah.
Your
The
plan.
plant.
Yeah.
You got to water the plant.
Yeah.
You got to make sure like she feels she's looking forward to getting ready
Yeah.
and going out, going on
Yeah.
dates. Take
I
her
love
somewhere.
that.
Mm.
I
You know
love
what I mean?
that.
So if it's just home, nothing, simple, you're not doing much with the person.
But why do they get
That's
That's
comfortable?
so boring.
It
But why
is.
do they get comfortable, sis? Like
They
I
get
don't get it.
comfortable. You know what, men? It's just me though. My personal opinion. I feel like
Yeah.
men are so simple. You guys are very simple.
Yeah,
They
you
are
are.
so simple. Mashallah,
Yeah.
they are simple. Yeah,
mashallah.
but too simple. Like I don't want my life to go and then and I haven't done nothing.
Like a sack of potatoes sitting still.
And I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but you know what? They say you know what? Like there's this saying that they say after the kids like grow up because they're chasing after the kids and then they lose sight. But the communication is through the kids. But once the kids leave the house, they don't have nothing to talk about and they've got nothing in common. Do you want to be those type of married couples? No, you need to. Like Naima said, water your plants. And water your plant is your husband. Yep. So water your kids and water your marriage. That way, when they leave the house, you're not going to look at each other and say, what's your name again?
And check in on each other every month. You know, just because everything is going well.
Yeah, check.
Doesn't mean you should not check in. Like, check in on each other. How are you doing? Yeah. How's your mental health? What's going on at work? What's going on in your personal life? What, you know, what are your goals for this year? Like, what do you want to achieve? I'll help support your goals and do whatever you want to do.
So cute.
That's what we do. Like, just check in on each other.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah. And what would be your advice?
That will be the advice. Like, go out
and
get to know each other again. Go on a date. It's so important. Don't lose sight of your marriage. You know, rekindle that romance again.
Take her out on dates, please. Dates are so important.
Yes,
women love
But
dates.
what about the girls that don't have like family or to look after the kids? Call us again.
Childcare.
Yes. Well, bring the kids out with you.
But, if they don't have childcare, because I know a lot of girls, they ain't got no like childcare, like support. Yeah, like childcare to have the kids.
Oh, there is. Trust me. Don't use that as an excuse.
Who?
To go out.
No, to trust someone with the kid while they're going out.
Yeah, it has to happen. Priority marriage is an important thing. Don't use excuse.
No, but
if
they don't have that support.
No, but if they don't have that support,
they will have that support.
No, they don't.
So if they don't have that support,
then there's a few girls that will lie that don't have that support.
Okay, then go live in an area where you are close to your family. Because if you are moved to another side of the world and you're not getting support from his side of the family,
there you go.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
that's exactly what
I was
going to say. Because I know one girl
I bring my family over and move where I'm at, or we need to move to where there will be support and we can prioritize
I know that I can rely on them no matter what. Yeah.
Childcare can't be an issue.
So childcare needs to be close to the family, basically.
Always family. And
don't
I would
be
say, and I would say, you know, when you have like a young child in it, like, you know, when the baby's like young, once you put the child into bed and you can't maybe go out for whatever reason, do something cutesy at home. Get candles out while she's putting the kids to bed or whatever.
But what if they live with the in-laws?
Sick out.
Then you can't do anything cute then. The only thing you can do is go out. Get out the house.
Babe, but the in-laws thing, that's another thing, babes.
But you can't be physical affection.
How can you physically be affected? Me, babes, I'd be like a tree standing there. Like,
so that's probably what it is. She's probably... you know what? There's a lot of scenarios.
I'd be like him. I'll be like, I can't give you physical. I can't even...
There's a lot of scenarios. When we're looking at this dilemma, there's a lot of things that could be the reason why. If you live with the in-laws, I cannot... where's the privacy? Unless it's a mansion.
Yeah.
But after that, you need to be in your own place.
You do need to be in your
place. You need to be in your own house.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of the times men initially will say, we will get our own place, but for now, let's live with my family and I'm going to save up. And then years go by.
Really?
You have kids in the house. You get pregnant in that house.
Yeah.
It's like, the guy gets really comfortable.
Either
it's like, why do we move? Why do we need to move out? Yeah. So that could also cause issues in the marriage, like where obviously she won't want to be affectionate.
Yeah, she does.
Because it's like, where I don't feel like you love me, so why would I? You know what I mean? So like I said, marriage counselor. I keep saying marriage counselor because we don't really know.
I agree. No, and I agree with you, sis. And I 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we covered it.
Yeah, that's
we covered it all. But inshallah, everything will work out. But if you have tried everything with marriage counselling and it still doesn't work, then I would think what Hodan is saying is compatibility issue, and that will then you guys would.
But inshallah, that wouldn't be the case.
That won't be the case. But if that is worst case scenario, it would be. I don't want to say the word.
What?
It's starting to become
I hate that
horrible.
Word.
What is it?
Do not say yet.
Word.
What's the word?
They'll end up having to.
D.
Oh no, let's not talk about the D.
So let's avoid that. But it would get to that if you've done everything and anything to make it work.
I agree.
That's sad.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. So
let's say bye first.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for watching our dilemmas.
Thanks for the support.
Thanks for submitting the dilemmas. That was really interesting.
Keep them coming.
Keep going. Keep coming. We're loving this.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe. And what's the other one?
And
comment and share.
Oh, and tell us tell us your advice. Comment down below.
Yeah.
The dilemmas that were submitted in. What would your advice be? Yeah, because we would like to know as well what you guys would advise these people that have submitted their dilemmas.
I agree.
because
Yeah, that'd be
Yes.
nice of them. Yeah.
Please
Nice to know.
do.
We love to hear from you guys.
Yes.
And we love you guys.
And
And see you.
bye.
Bye.